What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another tier list for you guys, and it is that time of the month once again, the 30th of October, and that can only mean one thing, and that is the October performance tier list, where we go through every single player in the squad and rank them into a tier list from awful, well, first of all, from
excellent.
Sorry, no, it's can't judge. That was it. Can't judge to awful to not good to okay, good, very good, and excellent. And the way the tier works is, obviously, if you didn't play enough minutes and we didn't give enough ratings of the player ratings this month, they go into can't judge. 0 to 4.9 goes into awful. 5 to 5.4 goes into not good. 5.5 to 6.4 goes into okay. 6.5 to 6.9 goes into good. 7 to 7.5 goes into very good, and 7.5 or above goes into excellent. Last month we had an unbelievable tier list where pretty much the whole squad went into excellent. Let's see how we get on this month, and we're going to start off with Destiny Udogie.
Destiny Udogie. Where do you reckon he ends up?
Udogie, I reckon he goes into good.
He has a 7.3 average rating.
So very good.
Very good. Obviously, he had 2 games because he was injured for one of them, wasn't he? He didn't play against Palace last time out. Got a 7 against Luton and an 8 against Fulham. I gave him 2 7s.
Look, I think he has had a good month, but I think it's been a bit of a slight drop off to maybe what it was the month before that.
Yeah, maybe he hasn't been at his very best, but he's still not putting a bad performance. Been pretty solid still.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up is Emerson Royale. I think we have given him a couple of ratings. I'd probably say he goes into good.
6.5.
Yeah.
6.5.
Just good. Just about.
And he's been, obviously, it was a good, decent cameo at home to Fulham, and I thought of pretty good display in the second half against Palace as well at left back. So Emerson Royale goes into good.
All right, next up is Pape Matar. Pape Sarr, I think he's had a top month. He got a really strong showing in the last game. Maybe the 2 performances before that was a bit of a drop-off to what we've seen so far this season. I'm going to say he goes into good as well.
7.7.
Wow, so excellent.
Excellent. He's actually got 2 8s and 1 7. We both gave him an 8 against Luton away. Both gave him a 7 against Fulham, and we both gave him an 8 against Palace. And he probably was our best player, one of our best players against Palace as well. So he was very good. Luton away, when we were playing with 10 men, he had to dig deep and do a lot of defensive work. He did a fantastic job there. And a solid display at home to Fulham as well. So goes into excellent.
All right, where is our excellent tier?
At the top.
Oh, there we go. So we got 1 in each tier so far. Next up, we're going to be talking about Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro, I think, is going to go into excellent, because I don't think he's had a bad game. I think probably the minimum that we've ranked him is 7, right?
Well, you gave him a 6 against Palace.
Oh, did I?
and that has cost him an excellent. So, no, it hasn't. 1 sec. Yes, it has. 7.3.
Oh.
7.3.
I think, I was going to say maybe bump him up to excellent, but look, we'll keep him very good. I think he's had a good month. Maybe I did him a bit dirty in the last game.
Yeah, potentially. Gave him a 6 there. I think he's been decent. Again, the attacking output hasn't been there, but defensively he's been very, very strong. And he's keeping his place pretty nicely on that right-back slot.
All right, next up, we're going to talk about Giovanni Lo Celso. I imagine he goes into can't judge.
Yeah, he's only had 1 brief cameo against Fulham, I think it was. And maybe, did he come on against Luton as well? No, just Fulham. And yeah, I can't judge, didn't give him a rating.
Brennan Johnson up next. He hasn't started a game this month. He's only had a cameo appearance, hasn't he, against
Palace.
Got
an assist.
Yeah, he was fairly good. Did we give him we gave him a 7.
We did give him a 7.
He probably goes into very good.
Yep, 7. Pretty good cameo. Obviously came on against Fulham as well. Wasn't bad in that cameo. Was bright, but obviously very good when he came on against Palace. Got a really good assist. Played very well. So yeah.
Next up is Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg. My prediction is excellent for him.
7.5. So just sneaks into
just an excellent. And I think that's right, because in the game where he was asked to start against Fulham, I thought he was one of our best players on the day. And every time he's come on, I think he's done a job for the team. So.
Yeah. 7 against Luton, and an 8 against Fulham, and an 8 against Palace. So done very well, Pierre-Emile Hojbjerg.
All right, up next, we are going to go to Decky. Ooh, this is going to be an interesting one. I think Decky is going to go into good.
7.2.
So very good.
So sneaks into very good. Because I gave him a 9 against Luton. You gave him an 8. He got a 9-7 against Fulham and a 6 against Palace. Both gave him 6s there. I think that 9. I think no, even without the 9, he probably sneaks into very good. I think he's had a good month again. I think he's playing. I think he is playing well, but we just need that output to improve.
Yeah, exactly.
We're saying the same thing every month, I guess. But I think for the job he's doing for the team can't be understated.
Yeah, that's very true. And I think that he's got really important attributes that complement this side really well. But I think to make maybe the rest of the league and maybe part of the fan base to sit up and take notice is going to be improving those goal outputs and those assist outputs. Next up, we got Heung-min Son. What was it, 2 goals this month?
2 goals in 3 games.
2 goals in 3 games. I'll probably say he goes into excellent.
7.7.
Yeah.
So it does go into excellent. We both gave him 9s against Fulham. I gave him a 7 against Luton and an 8 against Palace. You gave him an 8 against Luton. Sorry, 6 against Luton, 9 against Fulham, and a 7 against Palace. Yeah,
so I think Heung-min Son, he's led by example. He's got the goals. He's very clinical. He's spearheading this team. His pressing has been unbelievable, to be honest. And you can't really fault anything that he's done this month.
Yeah, I think he's had a very good month, and he's clinical. As you know, he hasn't had many chances, has he? Fulham game, maybe the Fulham game he had a few, but obviously he put one away in the first half. Really great finish. Palace, literally 1 chance, 1 goal. Fantastic stuff there. Against Luton, he was more maybe creating. Especially in that first half. He created a few chances.
Yeah.
I don't remember any shots on goal. I think maybe in that game, or very few chances. But he's showing his clinical edge, isn't he, Heung-min Son, this month?
And what I was really impressed with him in the last game is his positional play. The way he's always making those runs in behind, always becoming an option. Sometimes he's making those runs and he's not even being found, and he's not even, no one's even looking for the pass for him, where, maybe that's down to the creative players in our team. But I think Heung-min Son has been absolutely brilliant this month. Do you reckon he's in the running for Player of the Month?
Probably. I don't think he'll win it this month, because
I think Salah probably wins.
Yeah, Salah or does Watkins got a few goals maybe? I can't remember, but I don't know if he'll win it. He might be nominated. But what people forget as well is, because Son has been playing so long at Tottenham, people forget this is his first proper run as like our number 1 striker, and people are still getting used to it. And the fact that so early on he's doing this well is very impressive. So
yeah. Totally agree. Let's move on to James Maddison, and surely he goes straight into excellent as well.
8.2.
Wow.
I believe, 8.2.
Is that our highest ranked player?
No, actually.
Oh, really?
It's not. But 8.2. He got an 8 against Luton, 9 against Fulham, and a 7 against Palace. I gave him an 8, a 9, and an 8.
Wow.
So very high. Obviously, he got the against Luton, got the all-important assist for the winner, for Van de Ven. Against Fulham, he got a goal. Goal and assist? No, just a goal for the second goal. And obviously against Palace, got an assist, or kind of an assist for the first one. Not an
official assist, but an FPL assist.
And was heavily involved in the second goal as well, which set up Brendan Johnson. And I feel like Maddison, even in the games, for example, especially against Luton and Palace, wasn't maybe against Fulham. I feel like he was like the hub of the team. He was proper involved in the game. Against Luton and Palace, maybe a bit on the periphery, maybe not so much involved in the game as much in the forward point of view, but when we needed him to show that bit of quality, slow the game down or speed up, or have that bit of a pass, or against Luton, that little dribble on the touchline, when we needed him to show something, he did it. And that's what good players do. Even when they're not involved in the game, they have that bit of quality during the game.
Yeah, spot on. Next up is Richarlison. I'm going to say he just about sneaks into good.
Not a great month for Rishi. 5.8.
Oh, okay.
Did get the assist against Fulham.
Yeah.
Obviously, a few missed chances against Luton, which counts against him. Against Palace, a bit of a mixed game. Probably not, wasn't a fantastic game. But against Fulham, I guess he saved himself a bit with a decent display and an assist. But hasn't been a great month, per se, this one for Rishi. It was better last month.
Yeah, well, you say it hasn't been a great month. It hasn't been a great career at Spurs.
No.
Let's put it straight. But hopefully Rishi can improve over the next month. But I do suspect maybe this month coming is the month maybe he loses his place in the team.
You did give him an 8 though against Fulham.
I did. I thought he was really good, especially in that first half against Fulham. But apart from that, he's flattered to deceive a little bit, hasn't he? Who is after Richarlison? We have got Big Vic, Venom, Vicario. And I'm going to say he goes into excellent.
7.3.
So just about very good.
Very good.
In the middle of very good. So
yeah, I think it goes more about his lack of involvement rather than his personal performance, because he's going to be less noticed when he's not making too many saves. Against Fulham, we both gave him an 8 because he made a couple of crucial saves. Against Luton and Palace, very little to do.
Yeah. And
you can't really give him too much praise when he's a bit of a spectator.
Yeah, no, that is true. But like you say, I think everything that he's been asked to do, he's done at really high level, with crazy saves throughout this month, throughout the whole season, coming for crosses, so commanding. And, you know, sometimes when we're a bit under pressure and we're coming under the fire of corners and free kicks, and he's always there just to catch them or palm them away to a really high quality, it just adds so much to us, because then when we're under pressure, we can quickly just go out and attack down the other end. So big up to Big Vic. He is a massive part of why we're doing well, in my opinion. Next up, we're going to go for Alejo Veliz. I mean, he has had a few cameo appearances, but I think we're going to put him in can't judge.
Yeah,
right?
Came on against Luton and Fulham. Didn't come on against Palace, did he? I don't think. But yeah, only a few minutes. Didn't really give him a rating, so can't judge. But he has looked bright, to be fair.
Yeah, he has. Next up is Yves Bissouma. Not a month to remember for Bissouma, to be honest. After all the high praise that we've given him this season, he got sent off against Luton, didn't play the next game, and didn't put in a great showing in the last game. So where's he going?
4.8.
Oh my God. That is a bad month for him. He goes into awful.
Yeah, to be fair, he's only played 1.5 games, but and to be fair, judged on that, like against Luton, obviously he got sent off, but like if he didn't get sent off in that game, I don't think we're giving him a 3, but we did end up giving him a 3 because he let the team down. And then obviously didn't play against Fulham, and against Palace wasn't terrible, but wasn't one of his better games. I gave him a 7, you gave him a 6, so wasn't a great display, and that's led to an overall month not being the best for Yves Bissouma. Hopefully he dusts himself down, and he'll be back in excellent next month, I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
100%. Next up, we've got Ollie Skip. I'm going to say he's going to go into, I'm not sure, I'll say okay.
We only gave him 1 rating. That was for Fulham at home, and we both gave him a 6, so 6.
Okay. So he's been okay. A steady Eddie in Ollie Skip.
Not much to say about him. Had a decent cameo against Fulham. Nothing too spectacular. That was it.
Next up is Cristian Romero. He goes into excellent 100%.
8.8.
Wow. That's the highest.
8.8, yeah.
That's the highest of the
highest,
month,
yeah.
Unbelievable, Kuti.
2 9s and an 8.
And you know what? We've been giving high praise to Micky van de Ven for the first 2 months of the season. Now I think it's time for us to give that praise to Cristian Romero, because in the last month he has been vital to what we have been trying to do. Not just, but both of them. Let's be honest, it's been both of them. But I think Cristian Romero, we've been saying Van de Ven has been slightly better than Romero, but I think for this month Romero has been better than Van de Ven.
In fact, I gave him 3 9s, and you gave him 2 9s and an 8. Incredible from Cristian Romero. Pretty faultless, but he's obviously on the ball. He does such a great job for the team, which goes a bit unnoticed with his amazing ball playing ability, but it's just how he's led the defence, how he's been so aggressive, making those amazing tackles, and it's why we've looked so solid. I think we've conceded 1 goal this month. That was a goal that should have been disallowed as well. So I think it goes to show the amazing defensive work that Spurs have been putting in, and Romero's been absolutely central to that.
All right. Next up, we've got Manor Solomon. He's been injured this whole month, so obviously he goes into can't judge. Next up is Fraser Forster, can't judge.
Hasn't played. Phillips
Ashley Phillips, can't judge. Sessegnon, can't judge. Hugo Lloris, can't judge. And next up is Micky van de Ven, and I think he probably goes into excellent as well.
That he does, also 8.8.
Wow.
So level Romero. You gave him a 10 against Luton, a 9 against Fulham, and an 8 against Palace. I gave him a 9.89. against Luton, Fulham, Palace. So.
Well, that whole speech about Cristian Romero, I said Romero's been better this month, but I've given Van de Ven a 10 this month. So
didn't get the winner. Yeah, he scored, didn't he?
Look, he was unbelievable defensively that game, I thought, and obviously he got the winner as well. So I don't know how I couldn't have given him a 10 that game.
Is there a partnership playing as well as Van de Ven and Romero in the Premier League right now?
I don't think there is. I really don't. I think these two, we've waxed lyrical about them for pretty much the whole season so far, and they complement each other just so well. It's just a joy to behold. I'm finally, after so many years, enjoying watching my centre backs play again.
Absolutely.
Next up, after big Micky Van de Ven, is Ivan Perisic. He's been injured, so obviously he goes into can't judge. After that is Ben Davies. Started the game against Crystal Palace. Wasn't the greatest game. I think I gave him a 5. I think you gave him a 6. I think that's probably the only rating we've given him. So unfortunately, he is probably going to go into okay.
5.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, look, pretty much 45 minutes. Had a couple of cameos as well, I think, off the bench. Maybe one against Luton, against Fulham as well. Don't think he's been terrible, but hasn't been anything of the level of the first teamers.
So I think all the next 3 players to finish this off all go into can't judge. Eric Dyer hasn't played a minute. Brian Hill came on for the last few minutes in the last game against Palace, and Rodrigo Bentancur as well. Only came excellent. On. Yeah, Bentancur as well. Yeah, we'll put him in excellent just because he's been out
back.
For so long.
He deserves it. Go on, Rod.
And it's great to see him back on the pitch. Never mind what he did on the pitch. He looked a bit silky and he looked sharp, but that's pretty much all it came to. Yeah, but
look, it's great to have him back. I wonder when he's going to be getting starts again. We'll have to wait and see, but it's so good to see him back on the pitch and back with the team, and hopefully he can start making an impact on the season.
Yeah, it's great to see him at this point as well, because in December we've got 7 games, so we're going to need him, whether it be cameos off the bench, longer stretches off the bench, or even starting a game here or there, and especially in January with the AFCON and the Asia Cup coming around. So it's a good time to have him back. It really is. But let's run through the tier list one more time, guys. Start off with can't judge. I really can't read that from here.
Lo Celso, Veliz, Forster, Solomon, Phillips, Sessegnon, Lloris, Perisic, Dyer, and Hill. Awful is Bissouma. Then okay is Richarlison, Davis, and Skip. And then good is, I think, Emerson.
Yeah.
Very good. You got Udogie, Porro, Brennan Johnson, Kulusevski, and Vicario. And in excellent, you got Sarr, Maddison, Son, Romero, Van de Ven, Bentancur, and someone else I left out. I said Maddison, didn't I? Hojbjerg. That's it, Hojbjerg.
Yeah, I think those are good. I would like to push Vicario up to excellent, though. That's the only one that doesn't sit properly right with me, because I think Vicario has been excellent.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything wrong at all. Yeah, he has been pretty excellent. Can't fault that. Porro and Udogie maybe haven't been as good as the centre-backs and the keeper, so I agree with that. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think those, if you look at that, who's in excellent right now, they're making up the core of the team who are just performing so well. They're performing levels week in, week out. The guy, and to be fair, the guys in very good as well. Have been really consistent.
Yeah.
So, and look how many in can't judge. There's so many players who could still make an impact this season as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the one thing about Bissouma, he's gone from excellent to awful.
Yeah, I'm sure that. Look. And it's based on literally not even 90 minutes, is it?
Pretty much a sending off at Luton and 60 minutes.
Yeah, 60 minutes, yeah.
Palace.
So is what it is with Bissouma. We've got to take it as we see it, but I'm sure he'll be back in excellent next month, given how his season's been going.
All right, well, there you have it. That is the tier list for the player performance of October. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding the tier list. Is there anyone that we've misplaced? Let us know. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.